What's going on, guys? A little hard time reading the screen, I apologize. Just getting some sets in. How's everybody doing today? Good, I hope. We're on round 5 now. George, how you doing, brother? Happy Saturday to you, Mr. T. Good to see you. Joseph, yeah, I'll work on my form. I appreciate it. I appreciate the criticism. I'll clean them up. All right, T. Get to it, brother. Good for you. I see Angel there. How you doing? Thanks for popping in, guys. I appreciate it.
Can you push me like 2 more times? I'm in danger, somebody else's book for. You can't lay down.
Guys, I apologize. I'm having a real tough time reading that screen.
No, they don't. No, it's not there.
Yeah, it looks like Keith there.
What happened? So, come
We're on round 7.
Go to dad. Go to dad. Go to dad. Go to dad then. Oh. What? They're calling us. Okay, I'm gonna grab your best friend. I'm in danger. Wow. Combo.
Seven down, guys. 8 down, 2 to go. Good for you, Angel. See? The ones you don't expect to get in are the ones that usually do, usually your best workouts. A lot of times I'm the same way. I'm just not, you're not feeling it. It's just getting over that hump and just starting it. And once you do, you feel much better. You know, when you get in that groove. I get that, trust me, I get that all the time. All right, guys, if I did my math right, that was 10 sets. So if you give me a second, I'm gonna go find some shade. We'll sit down for a few minutes. All right, guys, I'll give this a shot. See if I could read these comments now. Yeah, T. That happens a lot, like I said, with me. It's when I'm not in the mood and I just get my lazy ass off the couch and go do something. And once you get into that rhythm, you feel so much better. You know, it's like anything. It's just Oh, Jake, you're going old school again with that Clarence Bass. I believe he's still around, right? I think you mentioned him before. He's got to be pushing 90 now, but the guy's incredible. Yeah, he's always been. He's just as ripped now as he was back in the 70s. That guy, unbelievable. He definitely didn't. He didn't slow down with age. And that all comes with not. It's part of aging that you slow down, you lose your muscle, this and that. It's one of the universal laws of life, right? What you don't use, you lose. So, you know, older people doing it, myself included. I actually got another. I get this periodically. The whole testosterone bullshit. I got, you know, how much testosterone do you have? How many doses of something about me taking testosterone. And I've said it time and again, and I don't have anything to hide. And if I did, I would say, yeah, I take it. You know, I need it for this or that, but I don't take anything. You know, I never did, I never will. Like I said, unless I'm sure I can be guaranteed that it's a life or death situation, then I would consider it. But I don't take it. The only thing I put in my mouth yesterday was eggs, some cheese, some green tea. We had some ground beef for dinner. Took my vitamin D, like I always do, which is real important. Which is very important with testosterone production, guys. You know, you smart asses with the, you know, first of all, people don't even, you know, these assholes that make these remarks, if you were to ask them, well, how much testosterone, you know, would I need? How much testosterone should I take? They don't even know what it is. They just know it's a term. They, you know, if you ask them what testosterone was, they wouldn't have a clue. They wouldn't have a clue. But yeah, that's, and I'm sure, I don't know the guy that left the comment, but there've been several of those comments, like I mentioned before. But, you know, if I play the odds, the guy that left it is probably much younger than I am. So in a sense, it's pretty sad, you know, that, you know, this guy's sitting there on YouTube and watching me, or anybody, could be anybody, you know, somebody that looks like they're doing some kind of work, more than likely way more than he's doing, and his first inclination is to think, well, if this guy's doing that, if he looks like he's putting in some work, it can't be because he does it consistently, because he works hard, he works consistently, he does it over and over, he makes it a part of his life. It's got to be, well, no, he's taking some kind of drug. He's got to be cheating. And that's a sad mentality, it really is. No, Jake, I never did. I never read his book, no. But I remember him from back in the day, because I used to get, all those magazines. I used to get Muscle and Fitness. Was it Flex? And back in that time, he would always find articles from him and stuff about him in those magazines. But I never read the book. But yeah, getting back to that whole mentality of, somebody who looks like they're doing some work, they couldn't be doing it because they're consistent, and they do it all the time. It's got to be because they're cheating somehow. They're taking some kind of drug, or they're taking some kind of potion or pill, like I always mention. And that comes from, this guy. Obviously, he's probably lacking self-confidence himself, and it's just going to make him feel better to sit and criticize other people. You know what I mean? But again, if that's what makes you feel good about yourself, that's what makes you feel good. But there's nothing you can do about that. And there's plenty of people like that in this world, unfortunately. But and I've seen those comments too on some other YouTubers, channels that are around my age, even older than I am. And that's the first, it's very common to see those type of remarks. Hey, what type of drugs you're taking? What, how much testosterone are you taking? Stuff like that. So it's all ridiculous. But that all goes along with stuff we've talked about before. That it's just people expect, because it's so commonplace, and it's not even when you get older. I mean, I see a lot of young guys too, a lot of young guys that are in rough shape. But people just expect that as you age, and I've said before, like, we're supposed to age. That's what happens from the minute you're conceived. The aging process starts. But all of this sickness and disease and the heart disease and the diabetes and all this stuff, that's not normal. We're not supposed to have that. That's all coming from lifestyle. It's all coming from lifestyle. But it's ingrained in people now that they just, you reach a certain age, and when they say things start breaking down, the high blood pressure and the diabetes and the kidney disease and all that, they just think, well, no, that's supposed to happen as you get older. But if you live in a healthy lifestyle, I certainly can't sit here and say that that it's not going to happen, but I'm sure you can stave it off for quite some time. You shouldn't be walking around in your 30s, 40s, and 50s all banged up, taking like the average guy in his 50s is taking 6 medications a day or something, 6 or 7 pills a day. Yeah, T, that's. I think you pretty much summed it up. Well, I can't. I would exercise, but my doctor said I have high blood pressure, so I gotta lay off. I gotta watch, because I can't exercise too hard, because I gotta watch my blood sugar because I take metformin and it drops my blood sugar. And I gotta watch my insulin and I got all this other shit. So yeah, they're always just looking for some reason not to do it. I would do it if, you know, and every other excuse they can come up with. You know, it's that old adage where you tell a lie enough, tell it over and over until it, you know, finally becomes the truth, or, you know, you think it's the truth. And that's kind of what, it's kind of the same principle with this. People don't realize that they hold their own fate. They hold their fate in their own hands. You know, they look at doctors. I love hearing people, they talk about doctors like, well, my doctor said, you know. You got to realize, guys, a doctor is just a guy that you pay for a service, right? If your pipe's break in your house, you call a plumber, right? You don't feel good, you go to a doctor. This guy, it's a business, okay? Unless your doctor is your mother, father, or brother, you know, that has a vested interest in your health. This guy is just somebody that you're going to, and you're paying him. He's looking at you. He's going to prescribe some pills. He doesn't give a flying fuck in plain English if those pills work, because you'll be back in a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and he'll just give you another pill, or he'll double dose you on the first pill and send you home. He's not sitting up at night wondering about you. You know, I hope he's doing okay. You know, I really hope those pills are working. Trust me, you know, you walk into, think about this nonsense. You walk into a doctor's office and they have you sitting there sometimes for hours on end. And then you go into the office, he pulls out the bullshit stethoscope, pokes you a couple of times, takes your blood pressure, you know, gives you some pills, and you're out of there in, you know, 2.5 minutes. You know, so trust me, these doctors, I'm not saying that all doctors are bad people, but they're business people. It's like a plumber or a carpenter. You call them to do a service, they do their service, and they go home. Your plumber's not coming, you know, patching up your pipes and then going home and laying in bed going, oh, Jesus, I hope those pipes hold. He got his money, he got paid, and then if you call him back and say, you know, you did shoddy work, he'll come back and patch it up again. You know, he doesn't have a vested interest in your pipes. He's there to make a buck, and that's it. And that's what the medical field is. They're, you know. There you go, Angel. That's it. You take a vitamin, you take your fish oil. I even quit I used to take the fish oil pretty regularly. I quit that because I actually eat sardines pretty regularly. I eat them very often. So I even quit with the fish oil, but I make sure I take my vitamin D every day. Take some zinc. Oh, Mr. T, no doubt, no doubt. From your general practitioner all the way through to the CEOs of every pharmaceutical company and everybody in between. It's nothing but greed and money, and it has nothing to do with health. It has nothing to do with health at all now. It's really sickening, you know, no pun intended, but it really is. Joseph, what kind of push-ups you was doing? I was doing pike push-ups. I'm assuming I was doing them wrong. If that's the case, maybe you could school me a little bit. Yeah, that was my version of a pike push-up I was doing. Again, my version, but if you think I was doing some harm to myself or I was doing them wrong, maybe you could help me out. I'm always looking for a tip. Something to help my progress. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, all right, Joe. Yeah, they were, like I said, that was. Thanks, Angel. Like I said, I'm doing. All I can do is do my best. We try. We can only try. Um, I do those pikes. I do at all different elevations. To be honest with you, depending on where I'm at. When I'm at the gym, go to the Smith machine and I'll throw that bar like really high. Um, and I'll do them that way. But like I said, I do them from all different angles. All right, Angel. Thank you, brother. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it as always. Okay. You have a safe day. I don't know, T. I don't know. I'm just doing what I do. I'm obviously a novice at this. Um, so, I'm just kind of feeling my way along as I go. Um, I'm trying to learn, but everybody's got different ideas. It's just like diet. It's just like exercise, right? Everybody's going to have their own ideas on what works. So, I don't know if I'm spinning my wheels here but I enjoy what I do. I was talking to my friend Gus from the channel Game Bros. Check him out, Game Bros, GAINBROS, Game Bros. And he had a good, his thought process is I'm going to be working out anyway. I do it anyway. So, I just put the camera on and do it. And that's been kind of my outlook on it so far. But the more I do it, I do enjoy it. I like to do it. I love the interaction, going back and forth with people. Um, that's probably the best part of it. And I met some really good guys, Gus being one of them, Mel from Training Day Network, all those guys. Um, so yeah, I made some friends out of the deal, and like I said, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And if things happen, they happen. Aldo, I see you, brother. I think I'm cutting in and out here. I think I'm getting bad reception. I apologize, guys. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of popping off and on my end. I don't know what you guys are seeing. Um, but yeah, getting back to it, T. No, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Um, this is what I do. I work out. I do my thing, and I like sharing it with other people. You know. Um, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was actually at the walking to the terminal, and I swear to you, a young guy. I don't think he couldn't have been 30. He was in his 20s, but right out of like an episode of like 600-pound life. This poor kid was he was every bit of 500 pounds. I couldn't fathom how he was even moving, how he was even walking. But my point is that it's becoming more and more commonplace, and I hate seeing it. I wish that more people would take their health seriously. Unfortunately, most people don't. And then they do, but then it's too late. They realize it when it's way too late. But that's human nature, right? You don't make that change till you hit rock bottom, right? An alcoholic, gambler, drug addict, whatever. You don't realize it until you hit rock bottom, and it's the same thing with this. It's the same thing, with your health. But the problem is, You know, you can stop drinking, you could stop gambling, but once your health is in the toilet, if you're too far gone, you know, you may not be able to get it back. But I hate seeing that. I hate walking into stores and just walking around and just seeing all these people, and especially the little kids. And like I said, this young guy he was in his 20s. I would bet he was in his 20s. And to be that size, it was just unbelievable. T, you're exactly right, and that's the perfect word. It's normalized. Like, people expect. I'll give you an example. I'm working with a young girl now, she started out at 282 pounds. She's 5'6". So, and she's doing really well. I think if she holds out, she's going to do really well. But talking about like the obesity, how everything's normalized, I just asked her in conversation. I said, well, what do you think? How much do you think you should weigh at your height, at 5'5", for a woman at 5'5"? She said, I don't know, like around 200 pounds, just under 200 pounds. So no woman on this planet should be 200 pounds unless she's 7 feet tall. But that just goes to show that, you know, the people's perception. They're so used to seeing big people now and heavy people. You know, I'm 6 foot tall, and my heaviest, I'm gonna say I was probably pushing 230 at one point, and a lot of it was like alcohol bloat. I was still drinking and stuff. But I went from, let's say, 225, and I went down to like 190 at 6 feet tall. And that's about where I stand right now, about 190, give or take. I had people look at me as if I just came out of like a Nazi death camp. You know, oh my God, are you sick? Like, you know, it was unbelievable. For a guy being 6 foot 190, and you know, people looked at me like, oh, you're not gonna lose any more weight, are you? You know, so it's crazy, but people's perception, we're so used to seeing people so big, and, you know, especially women, well, I shouldn't say, it's both, it's men and women, but, you know, so many women are just, they're so big, and, you know, this whole thing about, you know, you're perfect the way you are, and, you know, you don't want to put anybody down, you know what I mean? But I mean, you got it. At some point, you have to say that it's not right. It's not normal. You shouldn't be this way. You know, you're great the way you are, but your health is going to suffer being as big as you are. You know, you have to walk that tight line. You know, that you can't insult anybody. You have to watch what you say. But at some point, it's just got to be, look, that you shouldn't be like this. You know, you're destroying your body. You know, and the whole thing with the plus size models, and you know, it gets back to your point that then they normalize it. You know, the people shouldn't be that big. You know, it's not genetics. You know, the whole human gene code didn't change in the past 40 years. It's that people are eating shit, and they're eating a lot of it. And they're destroying their bodies, they're destroying their health. And you're never going to get the people at the food companies and the pharmaceutical companies. You know, they're not going to tell you to stop eating. You know, because the food companies make the food. You get sick from the food. They keep you eating the food, And then the guys at the pharmaceutical companies give you pills just to keep you going. No, Aldo, right. You're absolutely right. There's no such thing as big boned. It's not big boned. But see, they come up with these terms, you know, to make excuses for it, you know, again, to make it seem normal. Oh no, he's just got, you know, you got a 10-year-old kid with a pot belly like Santa, and you say, oh, it's just baby fat. Guys, I don't know what you see in here, but I keep getting cut off. I apologize. I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm back on. I see, hey, Rep Master, how you doing, Chi-Town? Saying, right? I'd be wasting my... I know you definitely work there. Box, what park is this? This is, I'm actually down by Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which is right across from Philadelphia, in the southern part of New Jersey. So I'm staying down here, and it's, I live up in northern New Jersey actually, but I'm staying down here for the weekend. My daughter actually lives in the area, so I'm staying down here for the weekend, and I found this park here. It's actually a beautiful little park. I come here whenever I'm down this way. The name of the park is called Earlton, E-R-L-T-O-N, Earlton Park. And they have a nice little setup over there, a nice little calisthenics thing in the corner. But yeah, whenever I'm down in the area, I come over and hit this park. It's usually pretty cool. Much done.